Hey there, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. I am really happy you decided to stop by. We are going to take a look at the energy around the week of the 6th of December to the 12th. It is energy really that is focused on discerning and deciding what is of value to us and how do we start sorting, moving, I think, more like weeding out what doesn't work for us so we can start thinking about what really does work for us. So, ooh, Leo. So the moon in Capricorn is the energy of get her done. This is the best energy to get anything done this weekend. We do have the moon going to be conjuncting Venus and Pluto, both on, they're really close together. They come into an exact conjunction this week, but they might as well, they're already holding hands. They just haven't gone in for the big hug yet. So there's this energy of, being motivated to get things done, but you guys got temptation and come together. So, yeah, that sounds like a little bone, right? The temptation card says, are you in denial about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. You have the power to overcome temptation, whatever the guise, and you have come together. Groups, hanging out with groups, and also working with others. Many hands make light work. So it could be something related, or they could be two different situations going on there. This is a time when it is really hard to stay focused on our health goals, to say the least. But Venus hanging out in Capricorn kind of makes us feel like, well, maybe we should be. So, pay attention to any energy around that you're picking up this week. On Tuesday, the moon moves in to Aquarius at 6:49 in the morning. That is Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. You must, as always, adjust for your own time zone because I am completely incapable of doing that. So what we have, you guys are getting ready to make a big move here. Change is happening in your life. There is maybe you've been fighting the change, maybe you haven't wanted to make the change, but there's a change, and a little bit of teamwork might help you to accomplish the goal that you want to. Also, be open to receiving the love of the universe and the people in your lives that support you. I feel like there's this need to be supported here. So we have Mars squaring off with Jupiter, and Mars wants to take action, wants to get things done, and Mars and Jupiter wants to expand things, but because of where Jupiter is located, it's like kind of like handcuffed to the pole, and it can't reach as far, it can't get as fast as it wants to go. We have the moon that wants to also get things moving, and it's squaring off with Uranus, but they're both being held back. Saturn's really saying no, not yet. Not yet, guys, not yet. We don't have the systems in place. Things are not set up yet, not yet. We're waiting on Venus and Pluto to come up with a plan. Then we can start doing things. But right now, we're all waiting for that to happen. And so there's a reworking of the plan. Like, it might do this, no, wait, that might not work. Or there's going to be a lot of adjusting and readjusting of the plan as we make our way through the next couple of months. And so be flexible with that. Be willing to understand that it's kind of like when you apply to college and you have 10,000 responses and all this information. Oh, we want you. And some of them are scholarship offers, and some of them are, just offers. And some of them are, a full ride or whatever. You have to sort through first off, do they even have the program that you want? Those go in the trash. And then how much money is on the table? Okay, well, these are financial. How far from home are they? Okay, so you start that sorting process, and I feel like that's what we're all doing right now. We're like looking at it, we're sorting out. We kind of know what it is we want, but exactly what is the pathway to get there, that is what is being reworked right now. I think if we start focusing on weeding out what doesn't work, we're going to definitely get clarity on what it is that does work and how can we make that happen. So there's some tension on Wednesday. There is, but with the moon in that area of choice and decision making, with long range planning, looking at the opportunities, Sagittarius, the sun there and the moon there, sun there is Mercury there is an opportunity to really start sorting through the opportunities and start making some kinds of choices and figuring out, because you have moving. Change is happening. Be prepared to move physically or spiritually. So it could be a job change. It could be a community change. It could just be that inside of you, there are aspects of your life that you're like, that doesn't work for me. Like, I've been a chain smoker all my life, and all of a sudden that shit doesn't work for me anymore. So I'm going to let that go. Pardon my mouth. I'm having a hard time. We are like on day 925 in a row where there's been no sun. Okay, that's a big exaggeration, but Mercury's in Sagittarius. That's what we do. We exaggerate, but it's killing me. I'm like, oh my God, I need the sun. You guys know you're ruled by the sun, and I am struggling. So we have the Queen of the Unicorns here. This is the open and receptive energy of allowing things to come in. You are blessed with love, compassion, and wisdom, and we have seeking good. Look for the good in your current situation. And so this is delving deep into the lessons that we are learning. What have you learned? That's where the treasures and the jewels are. It's the pearls of wisdom, they just said, the pearls of wisdom. When you can look at a situation and go, okay, so why was I in this situation? What did I learn from it? How did I grow? What can I take with me that was a lesson and a lesson that helped me to grow, which creates the blessing, so I can take that forward? And how can I leave the rest of that? I've learned the lesson. I don't need to visit that crap again. Forward. That's kind of the process of this week. By the time we get to the end of the week, the moon is going to be conjuncting Chiron, the wounded healer, and really bringing up some of this stuff. And I feel like that energy kind of hangs in the air all week anyway. So just be willing to sort through the scrapbook of your life and say, nope, I don't need this anymore. Okay, this is worth keeping. Nope, not that. Okay, well, I learned something from here. And the more that you can do that this week, the better you're going to be. The way you're going to really to win the week is by being willing to release and let go of what doesn't work. I do think Thursday night there could be, especially here on the East Coast of the United States, well, actually, all of the United States, where the moon is going to conjunct Jupiter at, what is that, 3:53 a.m. So we may wake up in the middle of the night and be like wide awake and trying to sort through things. And then when we wake up, by the time it's time for the alarm to go off, we've got the moon now squaring off with Mars. And so I think people are going to wake up a little grumpy. So coffee, make sure you set it up the night before. Put a little extra chocolate in your bag to take to work. You might need it, or you may need to give it to a coworker. I think it's going to be the energy that we're all going to be kind of working in. So the moon, though, moves into Pisces at 9:53 in the morning, which does allow us to be a little more empathetic for ourselves and for others. So be willing to shuffle that into your day. But for you guys, there's a real need to focus on what it is that you want and what your dreams are, and not necessarily sharing them, because when you share those with other people, there will be things like, well, yeah, can you really do that? Does that work? And that's the negative energy being attached to that you don't need, because honestly, nobody has a plan yet. We can't. Venus has got to finish her transit through Capricorn, I think, before we actually know what the heck we're going to do, and that's not till March. And so it is the sorting out, is the figuring out, it is the reworking in the plan. We got a plan, no, wait, that, and that needs tweaking, this needs tweaking. So allow for that to happen. But this is an opportunity to really break free from a situation that does not work. This temptation situation, let it go. So it says here, try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. And if you can look at seeking the good as the different experiences that you've had as a learning tool, then you break yourself free from the negative energy surrounding it, and you can take the positive part, which is the pearl of wisdom, with you. You have friendship. Make a date for play and with one or more of your friends. So it's time to get out and have some fun this weekend. Go have some fun this weekend. And morning affirmations. So morning affirmations is something you say to empower yourself every day. It needs to be said in the present tense, and it needs to not include negative words. So you don't say, I'm getting out of debt, I'm finding the perfect relationship. You say, I live in abundance. For a relationship, I only attract relationships that, are higher frequency and bring joy and happiness. That is something that you can use. That is really beautiful. They said thank you. That is something that, that is a relationship, could be a job, right? It is, I only attract relationships to bring me joy and happiness. I mean, God, that's wonderful. I want to write that down when I listen to this video later because I won't remember it until then. All right, so say positive affirmations every morning to open the gates of manifestation. This is really beautiful. Now, Venus is going to conjunct, she's been holding hands and now she's going in for that hug, that exact conjunction with Neptune on Saturday at 11:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. For the next 3 hours, that is great energy to really move toward your goals, to really focus in on them. So if you want to set some time aside to sit down, do a little goal planning for yourself, that is the time to give yourself. And really utilize the energy. Then then the moon is going to move into Aries at 4:46 p.m. on Saturday, and so Sunday, that's when that Chiron moon conjunction happens, where you might be a little triggered and you need to figure out where your safe, healthy boundaries are. Be willing to be uncomfortable. Be willing to take a chance on something you've not done before. A relationship, a job, a hobby, an interest. There's something. Because you have morning, the world awaits you, and you have take a chance on them. It says raindrops, but what it shows is, to me, that's uncomfortable to be out in the rain, but there's an opportunity to meet somebody in the middle of this change of situation that's very beneficial. So be open to the support team that is around you, right? This come together energy. So just be open and be aware and be willing to go for what really makes your heart happy. And these affirmations, I can't recommend those enough. They do actually, if you say them on a regular basis, they can totally reprogram your the way you think. And the way you think is how you manifest. So you can totally reprogram your whole system by using affirmations. I have personally done it. I will tell you that it took like 3 years to make all the changes. There was a lot. I had 34 affirmations that I said every day for like 3 years until they all came to fruition. I reprogrammed my whole life that way. You can do it too. All right, you guys take good care of yourselves. Your year ahead sneak peek 2022, I will link it right here. That came out on Friday in case you have not seen it. So check that out. That was super interesting. And I'm on Facebook at Moonlit Waters. If you want to know on Sunday night what the weather, astrological weather is for Monday, that's a good way to know. I do daily videos, but they come out the night before. All right, you guys take good care. I'll talk to you soon.